Welcome to the London Palladium for the 102nd year of the Royal Variety Performance, in the presence of their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. The Royal Party are greeted by Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber, the owner of the London Palladium, and are introduced to Laurie Mansfield, Life President of the EABF, and its Vice Chairman, Phil Dale. The show is in aid of the Entertainment Artists Benevolent Fund, of which Her Majesty the Queen is patron. The money raised from tonight's event provides the EABF with funds to help those people from the world of entertainment in need of care and assistance. As the Royal Party makes its way into the hall, Alfie Boe prepares to lead the national anthem. Your Royal Highnesses, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, Mr. Michael McIntyre.
Oh, hello, good evening, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Royal Variety Performance 2014! This is it! We're live hosting! Oh, how very exciting. And of course, a wonderful welcome, making their debut tonight, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. How exciting. How exciting to have you here. Thank you for coming. And what an entrance! It's so exciting. I mean, oh, to be royal. With the fanfare and everything. That's what happens when you walk through a door. You have fanfare. We, of course, don't get that, do we? The closest we get to that is when we walk into the co-op and it goes, doo-doo. That's all. One's looking for the semi-skimmed milk. Is it like that all the way through the royal household? Every time you open a door, is there a guy with a trumpet? I can't find my keys. Are they in the drawing room? I don't think so. Maybe they're in the study. No, where have I left them? You know when you walk into a room and you've gone in there and you don't remember why? That must be even more embarrassing in the royal household. Sorry, chaps, no idea. As you were. Congratulations, by the way. We should say that. Can we say that? I don't know what I can and can't say. Congratulations. There you go. Congratulations. Hey! Who's the daddy? You're the daddy. You're the daddy. You're the daddy. Oh, yeah. Keep them coming. It's very exciting starting a family. I I've got 2 boys. I remember them when they were babies. I'm sure my life is very similar to yours. I remember feeding them. Remember feeding with the spoon? You know, when you do the aeroplane, try to get their mouth open. I'm sure you guys do that. Except you probably have a footman who does a flyby behind. Maybe a whole load of red spoons. Bedtime stories must be a little bit different in your house as well. I love doing bedtime stories, but it must be tough for you, you know, fairy tales. And then the prince and the princess banqueted with all the kings of all the kingdoms, and then kissed on the lawn of the magnificent palace. The end. Anyway, enough about my day. What book are we going to read? Trying to put the baby to sleep. Oh, we've all been there, right? Yeah, get him down. Is he down? Shh, I think he's asleep. Falls asleep on your shoulder, put him in the bed. He's gone, he's gone. He's gone, creeping out of the room. He's gone, shh, he's gone. Slowly opening the door. Oh, God! I thought you guys had clocked off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an extraordinary lineup for you tonight. And what a treat to open the show than a bona fide legend of stage and screen. The utterly sensational, ladies and gentlemen, Bette Midler is here.
The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. So won't you say you love me? I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make them turn their heads every place we go. So won't you be my little baby? Say you'll be my darling, be my baby now. Oh, 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 I'll make you happy, baby. Just wait and see. For every kiss you give me, I'd give you 3. Oh, since the day I saw you, I have been waiting for you. You know I will adore you till eternity. So come on and please, won't you be my little baby? Say you'll be my darling. Oh, darling, be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh. La, 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 la. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Since the day I saw you, I have been waiting for you. You know I will adore you till eternity. So come on and please, oh, won't you be my little baby? Say you'll be my darling. Oh, darling, be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh.
extraordinary world of La Soiree, please welcome the English Gents. Coming next, the sensational Demi Lovato and a school reunion for Jack Whitehall. Please welcome the dazzling Demi Lovato.
White on the mountain now, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm a queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. then men, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn my back and slam that door. And here I stay, and here I stay. Let it go, let it go. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. Up here in the cold thin air, I finally can breathe. I know I left a life behind, but I'm too relieved to grieve. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn my back and slam that door. And here I stay, and here I stay. Let it go, let it go. The cold never bothered me anyway. Standing frozen in the life I've chosen. You won't find me. The past is all behind me. Staring in the snow. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn my back and slam the door. Here I stay, and here I stay. Let it go, let it go. The cold never bothered me anyway. Yeah, let it go.
You say Lovato, I say Lovato. Demi Lovato! Come on, we're loving Demi Lovato!
Let it go, let it go.
I think they're going to make a live-action version of Frozen. If they do, they're basically looking for a young girl who can endure very cold temperatures. I'd look no further than Newcastle city centre if I was them. Short skirt, high heels, barely anything else, -5 degrees. Are you going out like that? The cold doesn't bother me anywhere. Hey, lads, let it go. All right, let it go. In 2013, pop history was made when two of the country's biggest bands, McFly and Busted, became the supergroup McBusted. Due to their amazing success, other bands are said to be considering following suit. Rumours are rife that Whitesnake, One Direction, and the Sugar Babes are to join forces. White One Sugar are said to be touring next year. Supported by Hot Chocolate, who will also be rumoured to be combining with Limp Bizkit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the incredible McBusted!
I was a cool kid, no one ever really gave a damn what I did. I liked to party, but I never got invited. Alone again, so me, myself, and I tried karaoke, but they told me I was only okay. I guess I never should have sang Beyonce or MJ. Ow! So so I drop the mic. Oh yeah, all the people in the bar turn round and stare. I was on my knees and whipping round my hair, and I knew that I was winning. Close my eyes and see the crowd, but my fingers don't make any sound. My air guitar, keep it with me night and day. Won't believe the way that I can play my air guitar like that. In my head, I am a rock star, and I probably date a pop star and a princess on the side. I know I'll never make it, but tonight I'm good enough to fake it. Let an imaginary string and break it and replace it in the backstage of my mind. Start all my friends all think I'm living such a lie, but the lie they think I'm living gets me high. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Close my eyes and see the crowd, but my fingers don't make any sound. My air guitar, Jimmy Page and Brian May won't believe the way that I can play my air guitar like this. You think there's nothing there, it's simply made of air. You laugh, but you're just scared. Try it if you dare. Air guitar, take it with me everywhere. Yeah, but you don't even know it's there. My air guitar. Close my eyes and see the crowd, but my fingers don't make any sound. My air guitar, keep it with me night and day. Won't believe the way that I can play my air guitar. Air guitar. Come on,
Please put your hands together for Jack Whitehall.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are we well? Oh, how wonderful to be here. Yes, I'm very excited to be here. I'm especially excited to be here performing in front of the Duchess of Cambridge, because this is genuinely true. This is so exciting. We were actually at school together. This is true. We were at the same school. I was a bit younger than you, but this is the first time I've seen you since school. So, hello. I don't know whether it's appropriate given the circumstances, but you were probably my first ever crush. Okay, definitely inappropriate. Your Highness has given me a very sharp look. You probably don't even remember me. I was quite different back then. I was a lot shorter, obviously. And the worst thing about having gone to school with your good self, though, is that my mother is absolutely obsessed with you guys. She is a posh mother, so she thinks you two are the best thing since sliced focaccia. She, honestly, she does. And therefore, in my mother's eyes, I will always be a disappointment now, because I've let her down. Because in her eyes, I failed to take the opportunity, when I was at school, to woo a lady of your caliber and grace. And she always brings it up now. It's so embarrassing. Every time she sees a picture of you guys. She'll be doing it tonight. She will be watching the Royal Variety Show, and I know what she'll be saying. She'll be like, oh, look, there he is, the black sheep of the family. Embarrassing himself in front of the one that got away. I actually visited our school recently. It's a dodgy little state school in the ghetto of Marlborough. It is. This is the best fact you're going to hear this evening. The Duchess of Cambridge is still, to this day, the school's under-16s girls record holder for the long jump. Isn't that amazing? Yes! Wow! You're right to applaud. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think what you've gone on to achieve will maybe eclipse that early triumph. But it is a triumph nonetheless. I can't help but think, though, that that is definitely a school record that's going to be pretty safe. Because it's got to be one very bold PE teacher that come sports day decides to take your name off the wall of the Great Hall and replace it with some random Russian exchange student that has just jumped further. That is not going to happen. Yeah, we could take down the name of the future Queen of England, or we could say that little Svetlana here was on drugs. They're doing everything they can to keep that record intact, trust me. You should see the long jump pit. The run-ups got steeper, the sand's been replaced with broken glass. I had quite a weird time at school. I was bullied quite badly. We had a horrible bully at my school who was a nasty, vicious piece of work. A horrible guy, Atticus Montague Hoy. And I don't know why there's laughing. He was properly rough, trust me. He'd only been skiing twice. He used to pick on me. He used to call me names. And I used to come home, and I never knew what to do, because I would ask my mum for advice. And the advice your mum used to give you when you were at school and you were getting bullied was absolutely useless. I came home and I said, Mum, what should I do? I'm getting picked on. And do you know what she said? She genuinely said, Jack, what you need to do is you need to go up to this nasty, vicious piece of work in the playground. And you need to say to him very loud and very proud, from the very depths of your soul, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Mother, are you high? Yes, we all know the one Achilles heel all bullies have is a little bit of rhyming verse. They hear some poetry and their powers just melt away. It's not even a good rhyme. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Don't get a suggested arsenal of weapons with which to inflict pain upon me with. And also, I went to a posh boarding school. Why wasn't my rhyme adapted? Surely mine should have been sticks and stones may break my bones, but whatever, I'm with Booper. I used to believe her lies as well. I remember sitting at home with my mother at the kitchen table before I went into school, writing out these little rhyming couplets that I would then go into school and use to fend the bullies off with. I was a lamb to the slaughter walking in there with poetry as my only defence mechanism. Oi, Whitehall, you bender! Hark, I hear thee calling me a bender. I care not for this, so I shall return to sender. Hospitalised. Broke my arm in 3 places. Was off Quidditch for weeks. It was terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been an absolute delight. Thank you very much for listening to me. And wonderful to see you again. Thank you very much. Good night.
Coming up, a special performance from Simply Red and the brilliant Ed Sheeran.
So it is an absolutely beautiful theatre, the London Palladium. Obviously, the best seats in the house are down here, Royal Box. Are there any restricted view seats, worst seats in the house? Anybody really struggling here? Okay, there you go. You can't even see me. Can you see me? This happens in London theatres. They have restricted view and they sell these seats. I don't know who's buying restricted view seats. I don't know why they put the seat there. If there's a pillar, who thinks, I think we'll pop a seat behind there? Someone must buy that seat. They sell it cheaper. Are there people who go buy these seats as a bargain? We went out last night. We saw The Lion, the Witch. We never saw the wardrobe, but on a wonderful deal on the ticket. £10 plus booking fee. Last week we saw 87 Dalmatians, a wonderful production. Ladies and gentlemen, this band has sold 65 million albums worldwide. They have performed to over 11 million people, and next year celebrate 30 unforgettable years together. Put simply, they are a phenomenon. Ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure. It's Simply Red!
Holding back the years, thinking of the fear I've had so long. When somebody hears, listen to the fear that's gone. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. Anyone who ever held you would tell you the way I'm feeling. Anyone who ever wanted you would try to tell you what I feel inside. The only thing I ever wanted was the feeling that you ain't faking. The only one you ever thought about. Wait a minute, can't you see that I wanna fall from the stars straight into your arms? I feel you, I hope you comprehend. I love you. Show me something got me started. You know that I will love you. Lately since we parted, I truly know that I need you. I give it all up for 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 you. Help me now. Something that got me started. You got to help me, help me, help me. Take it out now.
Here to sprinkle some magic, please welcome Stephen Mulhern.
Hello, good evening, everybody. What an amazing audience you are from backstage. You're so loud. This is fantastic. Do you know what we're going to do? We are going to try some magic. Now, for this, we need to get somebody out of the audience who's going to have a very, very important job. Hey, there's a few familiar faces here. Hello, Sue. How'd you do? Hello, Vi. How's your eye? Hello, Annie. You right? Now, hello, sir. What's your name? Steve. Good to see you, Steve. Steve, you've got a really important job. At any point when I shout, "Who's got the prediction, Steve?" I need you to stand up for me and go, "I've got the prediction, baby." I think we need a practice, Steve. Here we go. Nice and loud. Here we go. You ready? Who's got the prediction?
I've got the prediction.
Nicely done. Good man. We also need a lovely lady to help me out as well. There's plenty to choose from here. Look at this lady. Hello. What's your name? Wendy, come with me, and everyone's going to give you a massive round of applause right now. Here we go. Come on, Wendy. You are now the star of the Royal Variety Show. Up you come. Stand over there for me, that's it. Lovely stuff just there, just on the trapdoor.
Thank you.
Lovely stuff. Where are you from?
Manchester, Hale.
Hale in Manchester. Yeah. This is really bizarre. I don't know if you know this, but they did some research on women that come from Hale. Now, it turns out that 95% of the women that come from Hale, at one time or another, have been unfaithful to their partner or husband. The other 5% got a letter off the Archbishop of Canterbury. Do you know what he said?
No.
No? Well, there you go. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. Take the cards. Take the cards, Wendy.
Thank you.
Have a look through them. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to let the audience here at the Palladium decide what sort of trick they want to see. Now, either it could be a trick where I say to Wendy, pick a card, and I find it a bit boring, or we could do a trick where Wendy risks her life for your entertainment. So, we'll do it by cheer. Those that want to see an ordinary card trick, cheer now. Should have been cheering there, Wendy. Those that want to see a trick where Wendy risks her life for your entertainment, cheer now. Right, are they all different?
They're all different.
You're happy?
I'm very happy.
Good stuff. And to make this even more exciting, Wendy, just pop that blindfold on for me. Okay. That's it. Seriously, make sure you pop that on. Very good. Make sure you can't see anything. Very good. And to make it even more exciting, Wendy, who's got the prediction?
I've got the prediction.
Nicely done. To make it even more exciting, I too am going to be blindfolded. Right. Now, first thing we need are the cards. I've got the cards. Now, Wendy, pick a card. Oh, no, you can't see, can you? Just shout stop whenever you're ready.
Stop.
Take the card out, Wendy. Take it out. Have a look at it. Take it out. Where are you? Oh, you're there. Right. Take the card. That's it. Now, for a moment, you're allowed to lift up your blindfold and have a look at the card. Okay, and also show the audience as well, so everybody at home can see it. And then tell me when you pulled the blindfold down. Have you done that?
Uh-huh.
Good stuff. Now, take the cards, Wendy. That's it. Put your card back in the pack. I'm now going to get the fork of fee. Right, here we go. Now, Wendy, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to throw the cards in the air. I'm then going to stab one of those cards. And then the card I stab, hopefully, is going to be the one that you picked. I'm just stab it. Good luck, Wendy. Here's the big moment. Drum roll, please. Wendy, throw the cards in the air after the count of 3. What's happened? What's happened? This is a night out for you. It's a career for me. Wendy, please name your card.
The 4 of diamonds.
The 4 of diamonds. Remember, we gave the prediction before you even came on stage. You mixed up the cards. You made sure they were all different. If the 4 of diamonds is inside that envelope, this audience here are going to stamp their feet, they are going to clap their hands, they are going to scream and shout just for you. What did it again? 4 of?
Diamonds.
4 of diamonds. Stand up for me, sir. Slowly. Show everybody in the theatre. Is it the 4 of diamonds? Come on! Wendy! Have a good night. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
For God's sake, let me help you. Sorry, this is a terrible state. I'm so sorry. I was trying so hard to clean it, but it's all a mess. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We've never met, so I've met your father, Prince Charles, who of course has been here 3 times before when I've been here. I very much enjoyed him at your wedding. I thought, that's my enduring memory, is he took his sword. I always thought that was a bit odd. I mean, even in my big fat gypsy wedding, there's no weapons involved. coming down the aisle with his sword. You never know when things might kick off, I suppose.
When the Royal Variety Performance returns, we welcome Ed Sheeran, the winners of Britain's Got Talent, Collabro, and One Direction.
Our next performer's story is as remarkable as her extraordinary voice. Raised in the townships of Cape Town and now on the Royal Variety stage, please welcome the divine Pumeza, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome the charmingly hilarious Sarah Millican.
Hello, it's lovely to be here. I'll give you a bit of pop trivia to start with, if I may. You know Rihanna? Yeah. I don't know if you know this, you might not know this. She has insured her legs for $1 million. I didn't know this. And I'm quite confused by that because I'm pretty sure she's a singer, yes? Yes. And I'm almost certain you can do that sitting down. I mean, her legs aren't proper anyway. They don't meet at the top or anything. My mum would say about her, she couldn't stop a pig in an alleyway. Just for the record, I could totally stop a pig in an alleyway. Stop it, stun it, put it in me freezer. But it's lovely to be here. It's a genuine joy and to be in the presence of 2 members of the royal family. Well, 3, technically, I suppose. The only one eating for 2. I don't know if this is the right moment to say this, to announce that I am really greedy. I'm also eating for 2. You're not the only one. High five. I've recently learned to cook. I'm not very good, but it's going okay. I'm not brilliant, but it's going okay. I don't always know the right words for things. I couldn't remember the word marinate recently when I was describing a recipe that I tried to my friend. I said to her, then you get a bit of chicken, you put a bit of olive oil on it, you get some lemon thyme, you put that in with it, and you cover it and leave it in the fridge overnight to fester. I went on holiday with my sister last year. I don't get to see my sister often enough, and it was lovely to have a week together, just the two of us. Just the two of us. It was smashing, really smashing. At the end of the week, she said something to me that I'll always hold dear. She said, it wasn't until I spent a week with you that I realised how many meals you can have in a day. She mistakenly thought that you had breakfast and lunch, or you had brunch. No. Breakfast, brunch, 11 says lunch. Afternoon tea, proper tea, dinner, supper. 11 says. And a midnight snack that can last anything up to 8 hours. And a Milky Way whenever you like. But you know those cookie shops that are on the high street where you can get the normal size cookies, then you can also get the bigger sort of celebration cookies. My husband bought me one of those celebration cookies a few years ago as part of my Christmas present. It was a lovely surprise. It was all iced Merry Christmas Sarah with kisses on. And I said to him, this is a lovely present. This is a great present. Thank you very much. He said, oh good, I'm glad you like it. There's only one drawback. And I'm looking at a cookie that's bigger than me head thinking there's no drawback. He said, there's only one drawback. It only lasts 5 days. He said, it's like you don't know me at all. He said, he didn't let me finish. It only lasts 5 days. And I bought it 4 days ago. So don't get chatting and get the kettle on then. That's not a present, love. That's a challenge. But I'm trying to get a better sort of work-life balance. My life's been very busy for the last 5 or 6 years, and I'm trying to slow it down a little bit. I was very slow as a child. I was just a dawdler. I used to take ages to do everything. I take ages to eat my breakfast. Take ages to walk to school. Well, my mum was a busy mum. She didn't have time for that. She never said, though. She never said, come on, chop, chop, hurry up, we're going to be late. She didn't say any of those things. Instead of saying those things, she used to do the music from silent films. So I'd be eating my breakfast really slowly. And she'd lean right into my ear and go, diddly-dee, diddly-dee, diddly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It's naturally quick, and I don't know why. I've only once used it as an adult. Oh, you're a very smart crowd. And just so you know, it totally works. You've been lovely. Thank you very much, and good night.
Please welcome the tremendous Ed Sheeran.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Or will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. Baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And baby, just the touch of a hand. Or be I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that baby, we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way. Now I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul can never grow old, it's evergreen. Baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll continue making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your head on my beating heart. Thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Oh, maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.
Stay tuned to the Royal Variety performance for the one and only Dame Shirley Bassey.
So I was going to share with you my good news, my exciting news. My news basically is that I can walk properly, okay? I didn't have an injury, but I have orthotics in my shoes. I thought I'd share this with you because I've only just got them and I'm very pleased with my new proper walk. There are things in your shoes. Oh, sorry, all due respect. Basically, I put these things in my shoes now and they help me walk. They've been prescribed. For those of you not familiar with orthotics, they've corrected my walking because I have these very, as you can see, these little flat feet and I walk on my toes. This is my normal walk. Now that I'm not wearing my orthotics, you can see it all just goes to pieces because I basically walk as if I'm falling. It's like I've been pushed at the beginning of the day and I just topple along. It's like my wife just gives me a push and I'm like, all right, darling, I'll see you later. And then I exclusively use my toes to propel myself. But the problem is, my calf muscles have become gargantuan because I'm only using my calves to move. I mean, I'm not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like my legs are on upside down. I have the most absurdly... I feel like I'm going to have to prove it. This is going to startle a lot of you. This is the result of toe walking for 38 years. It really is. Look at the state of those. I mean, I really, with all due respect, I apologise. So I got sent to the orthotics clinic, which I have to be honest with you, is one of the funniest places I've ever been to in my entire life. Because it's filled with people who, like me, cannot walk properly. So I came in, for my appointment with my weird topple flat-foot walk. I'm here for my 11:30. Oh, yes, and I took a seat in the waiting room. Then the next guy came in. He seemed to have some kind of ski walk. He literally just sort of came in. I'm here for my 11:45. Oh, do take a seat. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, sorry, I kicked you there. I do that. I do apologise. One guy came in. He was all pelvis. I've never seen anything quite like it. I'm here for my 11:45. Oh, do take a seat. Okay. All right, chaps. Nice to see you. Can't wait to get corrected. What about you? One guy came in. His feet seemed to arrive about half an hour before him. I just saw these feet. So now I've been corrected. I've got these orthotics, and now they're... Oh, God, I can't even... You're going to have to help me. Someone's going to have to help me. Please, come on. I don't think I can pull my trousers down. They're so big. Please, fight for it. Fight for it. Help me, the brass section! You're my only hope! Help me, the brass section! We're back in the room! All right, so now I've got these shoes, and you're going to love this. Watch. Look who's back in town. Yeah. My new walk debut! I like it when you're walking at your top speed, because sometimes you bring out your top speed walk. When I was just coming back from holiday, and you get off the plane, and you've got to get the bags, that's a race. It's not a race that everybody acknowledges, but everybody knows as soon as the seatbelt sign is off, and the buckles are undone, everybody is racing each other. The captain might as well say, welcome to London Heathrow, on your marks, get set, go! We are racing each other. You politely let people out, but you're eyeballing them. I'll get you in the tunnel, my friend. But you can't run, that's not the done thing. You just slowly overtake people and edge in, holding your bags, dragging your children along behind you. Then sometimes they come back and get you. I've got you. I like it when you get to the moving floor bit. That's quite exciting. Because the floor is moving, it propels you. Okay, the floor's moving, and next to it is a non-moving floor. Otherwise known as floor. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. It's just a floor. So the sensible option, if the floor is moving, is to go on that floor, and then you start suddenly, whoa, I'm really flying now. It's amazing, you can feel the wind in your face. What I like are the people who decide they can beat all the people on the moving floor. And they absolutely bomb it next to them. And the people on the floor just mess with them. You will never beat me. I'm on a moving floor. I will defeat you! They bring out the biggest strides they've ever attempted. Then you get to customs. This is exciting. Because you hope no one's there. You hope there's no queue. Because they expect a lot of people at customs. This is where they check the passports. That's why they have the rope system. Or the ropes, the zigzag rope system. And sometimes it's a lovely moment, isn't it? You get there, there's nobody there. It's just ropes. And the guy waiting for the passport, he's not far away from you. He's only just there. But you're separated by ropes with nobody in them. I don't know what other nationalities do. I'm pretty convinced that Americans just hurdle the ropes. I think Germans probably unhook, and then rehook, and then unhook, and then rehook. Brazilians probably do limbo under the ropes. British people, it doesn't even cross our minds. We just look at the ropes, and off we go. We could shake the guy's hand. We've still got a 45-minute walk ahead. They don't even bother checking the passports. They know you're British by the way you handle the road system. Yeah, you're British. Get the bags. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for one of Britain's greatest ever entertainers, performing at her 9th Royal Variety performance and celebrating 60 years at the very top of show business. Prepare to be blown away once more by Dame Shirley Bassey!
Good times and bad times, I've seen them all, and my dear, I'm still here. Plush velvet sometimes just crisps and a beer, and I'm here. I've stuffed the dailies in my shoes, strummed ukuleles, sung the blues, seen all my dreams disappear, and I'm here. I've been through Reno, I've been through Beverly Hills, and I'm here. Plenty of vino, rescues religion and pills, and I'm here. I've had my moments with the best. Watch while the headlines did the rest. I should have gone to a different school, that seems clear. I met a big financier, and I'm here. I've listened to, hey lady, aren't you? What's her name? Wow, what a looker you were. Or better yet, didn't you used to be? What's her name? Whatever happened to her? Black paper one day, next day it all disappears, and I'm here. Top billing Monday, Tuesday you live your worst fears, and I'm here. I've run the gamut from A to Z. 3 cheers and damn it, c'est la vie. I got through all of last year, and I'm here. Lord knows at least I was there. Now I'm here. Rocco's here. I'm still here. I'd wine and dine on Mulligan's stew. I never wished for turkey. I've hitched and hiked and drifted too, from Maine to Albuquerque. Alas, I miss the Beaux-Arts ball. My invite went astray, and I almost missed the Oscars, 'cause I hail from Tiger Bay. Their social circles move too fast for me. My whole bohemia is a place to be. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I love the theater, but never come late. I never bother with people I hate. That's why this lady is a tramp. I don't like crap games with barrels and oars. Won't go to Harlem in a man and boils. Won't dish the dirt with the rest of them goils. That's why this lady is a tramp. I like the free, fresh wind in my hair, life without care. I'm broke, that's oak. Hey California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why this lady is a tramp. I like the free, fresh wind in my hair, life without care. I'm broke, but that's okay. Hey California, it's I wish that you were coming my way. Yeah, I wish that you were coming my way. Yes, I'm a lady. What a
Coming next, the cast of legendary musical Miss Saigon and a breathtaking performance by Ellie Goulding. Please welcome Sir Cameron McIntyre.
How marvellous it is to be here in this legendary theatre and to have seen the legendary Shirley Bassey, the legendary Bette Midler, and now a little bit of the legendary Miss Saigon. I can't believe that it was 1989 when I first produced this show in London, and it became this worldwide success. And now I've had the great pleasure of 25 years later doing a completely new production with a wonderful new cast. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce the wonderful stars of this new production: Eva Noblezada, Alistair Brammer, John Briones, and the wonderful Prince Edward Company, who are drawn from 16 countries around the world to perform The Last Night of the World and The American Dream from Bubel and Schoenberg's epic musical Miss Saigon. Thank you.
Chris, you like this one? She's a good girl. Dreamland.
In a place that won't let us feel, in a life where nothing seems real, I have found you. You won't believe all the things you'll see. I know, 'cause you'll see them all with me. If we're together, that's when we'll hear it again. Our song played on a solo saxophone. A crazy sound, a lonely sound, a cry that tells us all goes on and on, played on a solo saxophone. It's telling me to hold you tight and dance like it's the last night of the world. Dreams were all I ever knew. Dreams you won't need when I'm through. Anywhere may be, I will sing with you our song. So stay with me and hold me tight and dance like it's the last night of the world.
check it out. You want a girl, sir? Come to my bar. Hey, you're back! You want to be Miss Saigon? I'll give you a crown. My father was a tattoo artist in Haiphong. But his designs on mother didn't last too long. My mother sold her body high on betel nuts. Oh. My job was bringing red-faced messieurs. Come, sir, pleasure awaits. To our huts. Selling your mom is a wrench. Perfume can cover a stench. That's what I learned from the French. I'm fed up with small-time hustles. I'm too good to waste my talent for greed. I need room to flex my muscles in an ocean where the big sharks feed. Make me Yankee. They're my family. We're selling dreams people need. What's that I smell in the air? The American dream. Sweet as a sweet in Bel Air, the American dream. Girls can buy boobs by the pair, the American dream. Bold people think they'll grow hair, the American dream. Asses that stick out to there, the American dream. You can take more if you dare, the American dream. Banks print money from air, the American dream. Cocaine, shotgun and prayer, the American dream. Hallelujah. Schlitz down the drain. Pop the champagne. It's time we all entertain my American dream. Girls, pretty, aren't they? Oh, girls, blow me a kiss. Don't you just love the feathers? Look at my lady. She's my queen of the town. Isn't she pretty? And sexy. She's a big girl. She needs big boys. Hello, boys. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you guys are big. American big. Think you can handle her? I love you, ladies. I love you. You make me moist. With your sexy bitches, aren't we? Get down. It's all about me. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Place your bets. Winner, winner. Ha-ha. Yes. That's right. Oh, yeah. Fresh air. Is this too much? I can never tell. What? You think I'd walk there? Should I? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Say, can you see? Land of the free. Sure can. Soon you will buy it from me. The American. Yeah. Dream. What? Dream. Wait. Dream. Dream. My money. It's all mine. Come to Papa. Now I'm the king of the town. Up, up. I said up. Ha, 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 ha. There's one here. money going? Where you guys going? Come back! It was just getting good. Wasn't that fabulous? That's what I smell in the air. My American dream!
Saigon, ladies and gentlemen. What about that? Everything I was told not to talk about on stage in one performance. That guy really liked his car. I can only apologize. Well, anyway, the good news is he's in charge of the after party, so you're all invited. The American dream. So apparently, at this performance, you can say anything you like as long as you say the American dream. Blow me, the American dream. Asses and tits by the pair. The American dream. So here's a few of the jokes they said I couldn't tell tonight. I was going to come out and comment on your lovely attire. Everyone's in dinner jackets, lovely bow ties. And some people have opted for the velvet jacket. The velvet jacket is a fabric that's more of a conversation starter than a fabric. Somebody wears velvet and people just instantly start feeling the velvet. Oh, is that velvet? Oh, you're wearing velvet. And then you'll start rubbing a total stranger just because they're in velvet. We've all done it. So that leads me to my invention. Just a normal denim trouser with a velvet crotch. The American dream. Oh, is that velvet? Ladies and gentlemen, this truly talented singer was this year crowned Best British Female at the Brit Awards. She, in fact, performed at the wedding of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge as part of an entertainment extravaganza, for which I was overlooked. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute pleasure to introduce the marvellous Ellie Goulding!
How long will I love you? As long as stars above you, and longer if I can. How long will I need you? As long as seasons need to follow their plan. How long will I be with you? As long as seas bound to wash upon the sand. How long will I watch you? As long as you want me to, and longer by far. How long will I hold you? As long as your father told you, as long as you can. How long will I give to you? As long as I live through you, however long you say. How long will I love you? As long as stars are above you, and longer if I may. she said is still untold to me, and I lost my faith in everything. The nights you could go, your intentions will gold, but the mountains will shake. I need to know I can still make it stop. Shines on the day you wake up, needing somebody and you love. It's okay to be afraid. And as the floods move in and your body starts to sink, I was losing all your mind. I know you better than you think, 'cause it's simple, darling. I gave you a warning, and now everything you want is falling from the sky in pieces. So wash down for weather, all in slow motion. And I pray that you'll find peace of mind, and I'll find you all the time. And I will love you, love you, love you, love, love, love you. Explosions on the day you wake up, needing somebody and you love. It's okay to be afraid, but it will never be the same.
Coming up, the winners of Britain's Got Talent, Collabro, and the nation's favourite tenor, Alfie Boe. Making his Royal Variety debut, please welcome Trevor Noah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trevor Noah, and I'm from South Africa, the country that brought you Nelson Mandela and apartheid. I hope you're clapping for Mandela. I actually grew up during apartheid. I grew up in a mixed family. Well, with me being the mixed one in the family. My mother's a black woman, Xhosa woman, South African. And then Xhosa is one of the languages with the clicks. Xhosa, that's my mother, black woman, South African. And my father was Swiss, from Switzerland. So he was a white man, right? Well, is a white man. It's not like he changed. And so they got together during this time, which was against the law, obviously. But they didn't care. They were mavericks fighting the system. You know, my mother was like, woo, I don't care. Take me to jail. I want a white man. Woo! And my dad was also like, well, you know how the Swiss love chocolate. So he was in there. So they got together and they had me. And now I'm here in Great Britain. And what an honor it is. I love this place so much. I was so afraid that I would embarrass myself with my inferior English that I tried to practice before I came. I watched English TV shows. I finally got here, walked out of the aeroplane into a taxi, and I said, driver, take me to Piccadilly Circus, please. He said, okay, we find it together, eh? I don't ride in the taxis anymore. I prefer your trains when they're working. I genuinely enjoy them. I've never seen a train system so delayed in my life. I don't know what you make your trains out of, but you need to change it. Like, the one day I was on the platform and they said, ladies and gentlemen, the train will be delayed due to the heat. That's what they said. The train will not be moving because... What do you mean the heat? What has the heat done to the train? What, can the driver not touch it? Is it too hot? What has happened here? Oh yeah, can't touch it, can't get in. It's too hot. I've got to wait for a bit. It's going to be delayed. I love it out here. I love walking around in London. That's all I do. People always tell me to see the sights and sounds. Have you seen Big Ben? Have you seen the tower? I just want to walk. Because I don't get to walk much in South Africa, where I'm from. You know, I mean, you can walk. It's just it'll probably turn into a run. It's a lot more exciting. Right? And that's partly because of the crime, right? Not to say we have lots of crime. It's just that we have crime. You know, whereas here in the UK, you don't have crime, which is fantastic. I mean, you say you've got crime, but I've seen it. It's not crime. It's like, it's cute crimes, but it's not crime. It's just like you can't call it crime when your police don't have guns. Let's be honest. It's a different world. I've never felt this safe in my life. Genuinely. I know this because the other day, by mistake, I walked into an alley. Yeah. I haven't walked into an alley in over 11 years, people. And yet I did it in London. I was on my phone, didn't pay attention, walked into an alley, and I walked out the other side and my life hadn't changed. I was so excited, I ran back in. Alley! Alley! After a while, it wore off, though. So the next day when I went back, I made sure I had a wallet full of money. I just wanted to feel vulnerable, wanted to feel alive. Walked in, they're like, I'm in an alley. I'm in an alley with my money. I'm in an alley. And still, I wasn't scared. Yeah. The people in the alley were terrified, though. I felt so bad for them. So I robbed them. And if not, why not? I joke about the crime, but that's not all we have in South Africa. South Africa is a beautiful country. Crime is one of our problems. It breaks my heart when people make it seem like that's all we have. I met a man in London recently who said, so are you from South Africa? I said, yes, I am. He said, you know what your problem is in South Africa? You know what your problem is? Yeah, you got too much crime. Yeah, it's crime and those vuvuzelas. That's your problem. But he said it in the same sentence, crime and vuvuzelas. Like the two are equally plaguing my nation. Like people are running around every day shooting each other. It's like, hey! Crime and vuvuzelas. I don't know why the world hates the vuvuzela. It's such a beautiful sound, the vuvuzela. It's got that sound to it. I almost think that Nelson Mandela is smiling down from heaven every time he hears that sound. Every time someone blows into that vuvuzela, he's there going, I love that sound. Music to my ears. So beautiful. I just think he's up there doing that. I genuinely think he is. I love the Nelson Mandela voice, by the way. I think he was destined for greatness because of that voice. He couldn't have been a normal man with a voice like that. Everything he said sounded epic. What's the time? 10:15. That is so true. We're all running out of time. Everything he said was majestic. He couldn't be a normal man with a voice like that. You can't do normal things. You know, what are you in the shops? And some hobnobs, please. You can't do that. And that's why he was so great. And I'm sure he smiles when he hears the vuvuzela, smiling from heaven right now. Or in hell. Either way, he's smiling. I mean, we all pray that he's in heaven, but he could be in hell as well. And if he is in hell, I'm sure it's because he chose it for himself. Yeah, he seems like that kind of person. What do you mean you're going to hell? Be like, I think I can make it a better place. Just give them a chance. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you very much for having me. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Simon Cowell.
Well, no. Sorry, Simon. No. Sorry, you'll have to say that. That's the wrong introduction. That is not befitting. How disrespectful. I'm sorry. No, this is huge. What is going on? Please, Simon, just stay there. We'll sort this out. I'm so sorry, Simon. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the king of entertainment television, Simon Cowell.
Is that a yes for us as a band?
That's a no, off you go.
He doesn't like us, go. We're not going to boot camp. Dermot, hug
me! This next act won this year's Britain's Got Talent. 5 very, very talented people, and tonight, being here, is their prize. So I am very, very proud to introduce Collabro.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so small.
I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Say something.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. Collabro, come on! I love Collabro! Oh, we're still having fun, right? I was going to tell you about my private life. I've had some good news recently, is that I've got... my wife has always had a dream, okay, to own a little place in the countryside. And it became my dream when she told me about it every day for 10 years. And recently, I bought a little place in the countryside for us. Beautiful little place. It's very remote, very isolated, very private, rolling hills. It's surrounded by a farm. It's not our farm, but it's just lovely. We didn't tell the children we were getting it. It was the most magical day when we first moved in, and we were standing outside, all of us, my children running around in the fields. They couldn't believe it, giggling, and the sun going down, and my wife and I holding hands, going, "We did it. It's amazing. I'm so happy." In tears. It was beautiful. And lovely little animals, little birds, because you don't see lice birds in London, you know. In London we have pigeons, sort of suicidal pigeons, sort of come in front of the car, just look at you, kill me, end my life, it's not worth it. And they just fly off at the last second. I don't even have the guts to end it! Because they can't see all these multicoloured birds coming out of the woods, like they were welcoming us to the country, making lovely noises. Like they were saying, hello, welcome, thank you for coming. Right, holding hands, children running around, lovely. Then the sun went down completely. Absolute total darkness. Pitch black, terrified. We all both looked at where we thought we were. Darling, are you there? I can't even see you. We should go to London. We can't do this, can we? We can't do this. Where are the children? Children!
And it was like all those lovely daytime animals were instantly replaced by the night shift animals. Noises from birds I've never heard before. Sinister sounds. I actually Googled what bird sounds like a child screaming in the woods. Seriously. There was just this... that with the... My whole family holding hands in a 360, edging to where we hoped the house was. I want to go home! We're drifting into the neighbour's field. And foxes, in London, when you see a fox, you see it for a second, and you just go, oh look, there's a fox, and then it disappears, like into thin air. In the country, you hear the noises they make. They make this vile sort of, like they're vomiting violently. There was this fox just walking towards us. That with the... Pussycats on heat. Is there a more sinister sound out there than a cat sort of whining? If only women were like this, how much easier would my teenage years have been? Have you met Beverly? I think Beverly's up for it. I think you're right, Dave. Leave me to it. Finally, we made it into the house. You know, people in the country, they say things like, we never lock our doors in the country. Are you joking? I was putting furniture in front of the door. I opened the curtains to see what it was like. There was a fox in my face. Oh my God, it's getting worse. Because the fear is someone's going to break in the night. What are you going to do if someone breaks in the countryside? In London, you tell them where you live, you tell them your road, your postcode, the number, then the police will come to your house. In the country, people say things like, ignore the postcode, that takes you to another house. Or why don't you swap postcodes with that house? Every house just has names. The glebe house, the rectory, the little cottage on the hill. I've just spent my whole life giving people directions. There's a dip in the road. You'll feel it. You won't see it. You'll feel a slight dip. There's some roadkill. It used to be there. There might be some roadkill. There's a left. There's a sharp left. You think you're driving into a hedge. You've got to trust it's there. You've got to trust it's there. Then you'll be on a lane for about a mile. Then you'll come to a huge oak tree. Then you know you've gone too far. You must turn back and go back there. For God's sake! You can't be saying this to the police on the phone. You might as well pass it on to the burglar. How did you find the place? Can I put you on? Do you mind? Because the onus is on us as men. This is what my wife does. Every time there's a noise in the house, she wakes me up. In bed, she's like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Coming from the kitchen, did you hear that noise? And I always deny it, even though I've heard it because I'm awake, terrified. And I always say, no, it must be the wind, even though I know there's no wind in the kitchen. She always says the same thing. Go and see. Go on, go downstairs and see. I'm always like, well, that wasn't exactly the way I was going to handle this situation. I was hoping we would hide as a family and await rescue. But Michael, you're the man of the house. Yes, you're right, I am the man of the house, but what concerns me at this very moment is I think there's another man in the house. And I've decided to make him the man of the house on this occasion. But what about the children? Good idea, send one of them, send the older one, the 9-year-old. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Our next artist, oh, he's amazing. Our next artist was working as a car mechanic in Blackpool when a customer with musical connections overheard him singing opera arias whilst he fixed cars. Today, he is the nation's favourite tenor, and I am thrilled that he is here tonight, not only to hear him sing, but also because I have a rattling exhaust and I'm keen to get his opinion. So after we've heard from his pipes, I'd like him to check mine. Please welcome Alfie Boe!
Ma tu, pallida luna, perché
tanto triste cos'è che non risplendi per me. Lassù tu puoi vederlo il mio cuore, la delusione d'amore, questo mio grande dolore. Tu sei che baci sapeva dare ed anche tu non puoi dimenticare. Forse tu senti la malinconia, forse tu sei che non ritorna più, ma tu, pallida luna, perché sei tanto triste cos'è? Tu vuoi soffrire con me. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Care for. Then suddenly you appeared before me, the only one my arms will hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. When I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Ma tu, pallida luna, perché cos'è? Tu puoi soffrire con me, tu puoi soffrire con me, tu vuoi soffrire con me.
Still to come on the Royal Variety performance, more from the incredible La Soiree and the unstoppable One Direction. From La Soiree, please welcome one man and his pole, it's Hamish McCann.
It's a new day, it's a new life for me.
welcome the irrepressible Russell Kane.
Good evening, are you well? What an honour to be performing. It's my debut doing stand-up comedy on the Royal Variety stage. I'm absolutely thrilled. It's not my first time on this stage. It's really weirding me out to be stood back here because I'm in exactly the same spot. First time I stood here, I was 8 years old. I was on this, well, about here on the Palladium stage. I was stood at this point and I was with my mum on stage that evening. I was about 8, and it's coming back to me now because I was looking the same way I'm looking now, right towards the royal box, and I'll never forget the words my mum said to me on that night, because she bent down and she whispered in my ear, "This is a really big cleaning contract for me and your Auntie Elaine. Now stop licking your library book or you won't get any more." And it was amazing. Do you know what I love about this gig? Lots of silver-haired men in the room enjoying comedy tonight. You're most welcome, gentlemen. That noise around you is laughter. What is that noise, Caroline? It's laughter, Graham. Do you remember it from the 80s? I think I do. It's the fate of all men, including me, to eventually not laugh at anything. That's my future. To not... In fact, my dad's got to the point where the only thing that makes him laugh is if he sees an expensive car broken down at the side of the motorway. Look at the side of that Jaguar. That's going nowhere. Good luck with that, mate. It gets worse, though, doesn't it, gentlemen? We become psychically miserable. We no longer need to leave the house. There's no point in going out. The comedy will be awful. The parking will be awful. The weather will be awful. The whole night is going to be awful. I'm going to stay in and have a heart attack and die. Right? It's the fate of all men. And do you know that is the... that's what they reckon with why we don't live as long as women, gentlemen. Here's a motivation to be amused. We don't live as long as women because we're not as happy. How about that, ladies? That's a point for team ladies. You happy with that? Women continue, if you don't mind me saying, growing and developing, getting happier. More hugs, more kisses, more language. Why shouldn't I learn Twitter just because I'm 60? Life goes on. Right? Not men, though. Less hugs, less kisses, less sharing of problems, holding things in. Eventually I'm going to poo out a diamond, have a heart attack and die. Right? Leading a generation of women who have to pretend to grieve. How will I survive without the miserable tyrant? What a nightmare. Oh. How will I go on without Graham sapping my confidence on a daily basis? Yeah? Parking the car. Why don't you park forever in the crematorium? Goodbye, Graham. I married a girl from the north. Her name's Lindsay, or Linz, as they pronounce it up there. I'll tell you something else we argue about. I don't know if you two stress about this. Sleep. Sleep, yeah? Turns out there are two types of sleeper in the world. Group A and Group B. And I can see the smug faces of Group A in this audience. You're a bit too cosy in your seat because you're the people that can sleep anywhere, anytime, yeah? Nothing stops you, and you love telling us about it, yeah? I can sleep anywhere, really. I can just fall asleep now. Sometimes I go to Glastonbury and just sleep against the speaker as the techno whacks against my skull. I can sleep anywhere, anytime. I've been lucky since I was a kid. I got rocked back and forth at a buggy and a party, and now I can sleep anywhere. Well, good for you, you smug sod, yeah? Then there's Group B, my group. We need perfect conditions for sleep. Perfect. Blackout curtain, Tempur mattress, 20 degrees Celsius. I've heard a pin drop. I'm going to think about Syria till 5 a.m. Right, you know who you are. Right? And we hate each other. And the worst thing is, we're drawn to each other. If you're in a relationship, there's a high chance you're sat next to someone from the other bloody group, yeah? You're probably married to an opposite, yeah? Sometimes it's their dream to marry us and fall asleep with this smug look on their face. Do you know how many times you've had a fist hovering over your head? Would you like to sleep? Would you like to sleep forever? Hey? They like to bully you with sleep as well. Bully. They don't recline a seat that can be reclined. What kind of a sleep bully doesn't recline a reclinable... It's a long drive. We're driving all the way to Edinburgh. Do you want to put the seat back? No need. And then the annoying bobbing head of bliss. With a string of... like a dead bird head, like a dead bird at the side of the room. Unbelievable. And the most annoying one of all, because this is the worst part about being a Group B, they don't get up for a wee in the night. What kind of a camel-bladdered freak goes the entire annoying 8 hours without once getting up for a wee? That's the worst bit. I'm up try drinking less, bro. Have you tried drinking less? Yeah, I've tried that. I had a thimble of Horlicks, still 2 a.m. jet of wee, 4 a.m. jet of wee. But 6 a.m., I'm just a skull on a stick. There's no fluid left in my body. I'm like, no. Sometimes I'll have a sit-down wee, crying. If I'm tired enough, a sobbing sit-down wee. I'm so tired. Lindsay's like, really? Doesn't bother me. I can sleep through no matter what. I'll have a gallon of Ribena. 12 hours sleep, power pee. It's like a laser. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good night.
Your Royal Highnesses, thank you.
Please welcome Ladysmith Black Mambazo, the Royal Ballet and Rambert as they present the Zulu ballet Inala.
Khuluma na ulalele mtshela indaba zakho mhlambe nizozwana mhlambe uzokuzwa angeke wazi khuluma naye usulo umbhalele incwadi khuluma naye usulo umbhalele incwadi wokhuluma naye ungafeli ngaphakathi wokhuluma naye ungafeli ngaphakathi ukhuluma naye usulo umbhalele incwadi nangu phambi kwakho khuluma naye tshele konke okusitshela umbhalele incwadi wokhuluma ungafeli ngaphakathi uzufela ngaphakathi uzufela ngaphakathi ukhuluma la
Sithando sakho uyasithanda tshela thina uyasithanda awuthandi thina uthanda yena khuluma naye tshele ngathi uthanda ulilesele ngayo ukhuluma
Coming up, One Direction, and the whole cast return for our show-stopping finale. Time for some comedy. Please put your hands together for Rod Woodward.
Wow, thank you very much. How are you doing? It's great to be here. We're living the dream tonight. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not used to this excitement. I don't know about you. I live in a little village in South Wales, half Welsh, half Italian. Very close-knit, very cozy, very intimate little village. I didn't realize how intimate it was, but I took a girl out from the village, you know. She took me home to meet her parents, and they were mine. I couldn't believe it. Mum and Dad, what a pleasant surprise this is. But that's how it is in the village, you know. We had a look-alike competition. And everybody won. It was crazy. But having said that, you know, life is simple there. Life's very simple. We had thick and chunky stew for dinner last night. And that's not a meal, by the way. That's my wife's brother, Stuart. He's a rugby player with a very low IQ. But he came in, thick and chunky stew, one of these bodybuilder types. You know, he came up to me and, hey, I can bench press 200 kilos. What can you do? I said, well, I don't like to boast, but I can read. And he knocked me out, but you got to make your point. Awkward conversations, you know, you get them all the time. I don't know what it is in this country with the nuisance callers now. There's always someone calling you, trying to sell you something. I'm too polite. I can't get rid of them, but I figured out what you got to do. You just got to act a bit unhinged, a little bit crazy. Because I swear to God, it clears the line in no time. I had a double glazing salesman come on. He wouldn't take no for an answer. I thought, a bit crazy. He said, we'll beat any quote. I said, really? I just had a quote for the entire house to be double glazed. He said, how much? I said, £12.50. He said, who give you that price? I said, my nana. That's when I knew I had him. He said, your nana could double glaze the entire house for £12.50. I said, I doubt it. He said, well, you just said she could. I said, you never said she had to do the job. You just said she had to give me a quote. He lost it big time. He said, let her do it. I said, no chance. You want to see the cock-up she made of our extension? Unbelievable. She didn't even apply for planning permission. What's going on? My people are funny, aren't they? British people are funny. They don't even know half the time. The things I hear, I love it. You want a cup of tea? Only if you're making one. How else you going to have when you muppet? Sometimes you can't even get a straight answer. Cup of tea? Ooh. I wouldn't say no. Well, say yes then, innit? It's not rocket science. My wife's doing it. I come out the house the other day. I said, did you put the alarm on? She said, ooh, I want to say yes. I said, well, knock yourself out. Because then I won't have to go back and check, you know. It's like the time in London. Nobody asks you for the time anymore. They've obviously had a bad experience with the time at some point in history. It's got to be the right time. Someone come up to me in Piccadilly Circus. Have you got the right time? I went, no, not the right time, no. I said, I got a mental time on me, if that's any good to you. Just let me get the balls in Mickey's ears here. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, being here with you tonight has been the privilege of a lifetime. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we love Woodward.
Okay, we now come to our final act of the night. Our final acts of the night are a worldwide sensation. They are the first band in history to have their first 3 albums debut at #1 in America. Their last album becoming the biggest selling album in the world of last year. Every time they take the stage, it is to deafening screams. Until tonight. Look at the state of you. Tonight, they play to the parents of their fan base. Many an hour you spent sitting in the car outside of the stadia. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, do your kids proud and go wild for the global superstars that are One Direction!
Going out tonight changes into something red. Her mother doesn't like that kind of dress. Everything she never had, she's showing off. Driving too fast, moon is breaking through her hair. She's heading for something that she won't forget. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby. I've been thinking about you lately. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. Everything that you ever dreamed of disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change me and you.
Chasing it tonight, doubts are running around her head. He's waiting, hides behind a cigarette. Heart is beating loud, but she doesn't want it to stop.
Moving too fast, moon is lighting up her skin. She's falling, doesn't even know it yet. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about you lately. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. Everything that you ever dreamed of is disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change me and you. Going out tonight changes into something red. Her mother doesn't like that kind of dress. Reminds her of the missing piece of innocence she loved. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about you lately. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. Everything that you've ever dreamed of disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change, baby. It will never change. It will never change me and you.
One Direction, ladies and gentlemen, come on! More screaming, please, ladies! Come on, that was Harry Styles with his chest out, come on! Give it the best you've got! Good, well listen, that being our final act, what an absolutely tremendous and wonderful performance we've had tonight from everybody. Please give it up for everybody who's seen tonight. So wonderful! Come on, let's hear it! What a night we've had! I can't lie, it's also been a long night. I'm not sure the Duchess is in the same trimester as when we started the show. Okay, we're going to have a finale which involves this. Okay, I will, I'm going to be doing a bit of singing. Just a little, just one line, don't panic. Okay, Frank Sinatra took to this wonderful stage in 1950 for the very first time. As we enter what would have been his 100th year, it feels like a fitting finale to our show and a tribute to one of the most legendary performers of all time, to ask the cast of tonight's Royal Variety performance to join me and bid you farewell with the timeless classic, Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon,
let me play among the stars.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me.
Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore.
In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore.
In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good night.
As the cast take final bows, the royal party make their way to the stage to meet the stars of tonight's show. The Duke is introduced to Bette Midler, who opened the show as the Duchess meets Ed Sheeran. Dame Shirley Bassey is presented to the Duke. And there's a warm greeting for Ellie Goulding, who performed at their wedding reception. The Duchess is introduced to Simon Cowell as the Duke chats to McBusted's Matt Willis. After the Duchess meets One Direction, who closed the show, tonight's host, Michael McIntyre, is presented to the royal party. From all of us here at the London Palladium, a very good night to you.
Well, Lauren went home last night, so just Andrea, Ben and Fleur remain in the X Factor. The live final weekend starts Saturday. And if you missed the final of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here last night, catch the last of the jungle action from Down Under any time you like on ITV Player. Next, it's the ITV News.